Hi everyone, I'm Victor from Bitrise, and this is our series called What, Why and How to Track, where we explore the most important things to track and show how you can do it with Bitrise Insights. In this episode, we'll focus on Flaky tests, why it's important to keep an eye on them, and how you can monitor and debug Flaky tests using Bitrise Insights. Let's get into it. So, why is it important to track Flaky tests? First, what is a Flaky test and how is it calculated? A test is flaky if it produces different results even when the code isn't changed. For example, this simple code will sometimes fail, and other times it will be successful without any code change. Flaky tests are a special case of failing tests, and probably the most crucial ones to fix. Flaky tests are a persistent problem that can make a developer's life frustrating and challenging. They are a unique type of failing test that may cause confusion and setback even when the code change being made is functioning as intended. Unlike other failing tests, flaky tests can cause failures in seemingly unrelated parts of the code, leading to time-consuming and frustrating debugging sessions. Fixing flaky tests is essential for ensuring a stable and reliable testing process. Eliminating flaky tests is not only important to prevent time waste, but also crucial in improving developers' confidence in the tests. If tests fail randomly, developers will start to ignore test failures over time. Bitrise Insights can detect when a test produces inconsistent results for the same code state. For builds which have a code commit hash information specified when the build is triggered, it can detect this across builds. Insights can also detect flaky tests in a given build if the same test was performed multiple times in a single build, even if the build did not have a code commit hash specified when it was triggered. So, how to find flaky tests and how to diagnose what's causing it. When you open Bitrise Insights, you start on the overview page. From here, if you're tracking and investigating flaky tests, you can go to either the bottlenecks page, which lists the top 3 most flaky tests, or you can go to the test page under the Explore section to list and filter all your flaky tests. Let's check the bottlenecks page first. When you open the bottlenecks page, you will see all the negative trends and issues Bitrise Insights detected in the last 7 days. When you're checking flaky tests, you can use the flakiness section. This bottleneck section lists the test cases which had the most flaky runs in the past 7 days. Click on any of them and you will land on the relevant section on the Tests Explore page. The other route is to go to the Tests Explore page and switch to the Flaky Runs metric tab. Just like on any other tests metric pages, you will see 2 charts. The upper chart always shows you the data for the filters you set. The lower chart is called the breakdown chart, and it shows you data one level deeper than what you filtered on. If you have only a single app in your workspace, then Insights will automatically select that application when you open any of the Explore pages. If you have multiple apps in your workspace, when you open the Test Explore page, the upper chart shows you the overall flaky runs of the workspace across all of your apps in this workspace. The lower chart, in this case, shows you the same data but on a per application basis. From this, you can see which app had the most flaky runs in the selected period. Here on the breakdown chart, you can see that we have this application which had the most amount of flaky test runs in this workspace. Filter down to that application, and on the next level you will find the per test suite breakdown. The upper chart now shows what is filtered on, so in this case it's the selected app's flaky test runs. On the lower breakdown chart, you can see which is the test suite which had the most flaky test runs. Let's filter down to that test suite. The upper chart now reflects this filtering, and the breakdown chart switched over to per branch flaky runs. Under the graphs, you can see the test cases list, which is filtered based on the filters that you set at the top and also on the time range that you set in the top right corner. Using this test cases table, you can find which test case is flaky the most frequently, flaky rate, or which test case had the most amount of flaky runs, the flaky runs column, in the selected time period, app, and test suite. Select the test case which had the most flaky runs to continue your investigation. This will set the relevant filters for you to focus only on this specific test case. As a result, the charts at the top will now only show the flaky run trends of this specific test case. Under the charts, Insights automatically switched over to the Related Test Case Runs tab. The Related Test Case Runs table lists the specific executions of the test case which had inconsistent results, either in a given build or across builds with the same commit hash. As you can see on this example, the test flaky feature test case had both successful and failed results for the same commit. Using the Related Test Case Runs table, you can see all the previous flaky runs of this specific test case, how long that run was, and whether it was successful or not. Using the buttons in the test run pop-up, you can quickly jump to the relevant builds page and to the relevant test reports page, and then continue your investigation there. Keeping an eye on and fixing flaky tests helps you to reduce time waste during the app development process and to increase the overall test confidence of the team. If you're interested in the rest of the series, which explain the most important metrics to track, you can find the links in the description. If you would have any questions or feedback, please let us know using the Give Feedback button in the bottom left corner on any of the Bitrise Insights pages. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful rest of your day.